Good morning, everyone. I am just popping on a few minutes early to try to get this workout posted in the comments before we get started. If I can figure out how to do that. Aha, here we go. Let's see. Maybe I can't figure out how to do that. We will throw that in afterwards then. Doesn't seem that my phone wants to be able to put a photo in the comments. All right, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Heather. I'm a fitness and sports instructor at 8 Wing CFB Trenton. So I'm gonna be teaching for you today a power hour class. So we are just gonna go through a quick disclaimer before we get started, and then I will offer up a quick demo of all the exercises that we're gonna go through today before we get started. So in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness levels are unknown, and it's entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it's preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. So that document and the description can be found in the description of this video. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. If you are a CAF member and you sustain an injury during this video, please remember to fill out ACF 98. So as I said, we are gonna start off with a quick demo. So I'm just gonna run through all the exercises that we have today. We are gonna be doing some timed intervals today. So we are gonna be going through a 40-second work to 20-second rest ratio. And there's about 10 exercises. There's a few of them that are single side. So we're gonna be breaking those up into individual rounds. So feel free to listen to music on your end. I'm not gonna be playing any on my end. If there's anything that I ask you to do that doesn't work for you, please feel free to modify as needed. So I'm gonna give modifications for certain exercises as I kind of go through this demo, and I'll offer up reminders as we go through the video for you to be able to adjust as needed. So feel free to kind of work through your own pace there. If you have any questions throughout the class, feel free to just leave them in the comments of the video. And I will try to get to them kind of when we're on our breaks, when I can come over and have a look at them. So as I said, we'll go through the demo. So our exercises are going to be kind of a mixture of some explosive plyometric style movements, as we are doing power hour this morning, and some lower impact core exercises. So our very first exercise is going to be a burpee variation. There are a few in today's workout, but bear with me, there's ways to modify those as you need to. So the very first one that we are going to do is a half burpee. So we're not going to do the jump at the top. We're going to kind of try to stay low. So what we're going to be doing is bringing our hands down to our mat. You're going to jump out into your burpee or step out if that's what you need. As you come back up, you're going to just stay low. So kind of in that low squat. We're going to jump out again, jump in, stay low. You can go as fast or as slow as you want on that. So we're going to be working through that for 40 seconds. Get a 20-second rest. Our very next exercise is going to start in that low squat position. From here, hands down to the mat, we're going to walk ourselves all the way out into a plank position, and then we're going to walk our hands all the way back to sit right back into that low squat hold. From there, we are going to go into our first single side exercise. So we're going to do a lunge hop. So right side is the side that we're going to start with first. So you're going to step back into your lunge, power up off that front leg. If you don't want to jump, you can just stay in that lunge position. From there, we're going to stay on that right side. We're not going to do the lunge hops on the other side just yet. We're going to come down to our mat. Our right leg is going to be the one that is in, so foot flat on the floor. You're going to lay all the way back. From here, arms are going to extend overhead. You're going to come up into a full sit-up. Hands come down to the mat beside you, and you're going to try to pop up off of your seat. Come back down, extend all the way back. So that's going to be our next exercise. The next two We're gonna repeat those last two on our left side. So we're gonna go through those lunge hops and then the sit up to pistol on our other side. From there, we're gonna go through a traveling exercise, so a switch lunge. So basically it's a walking lunge with a jump lunge thrown in. Again, you feel free to modify as needed. So for your switch lunge, we're gonna start on our right side. So it's always gonna be our right side stepping forward. You're gonna step out into your lunge, switch your feet, so now your left leg is forward. Step through your lunge, switch it. Step through your lunge, switch it. So we're gonna stay on the right side on that one. From there, we're gonna go into a lateral bear crawl. So we're gonna be traveling right the whole time. So I kind of have the space to do that in here. If you don't, feel free to just keep switching directions. And when we come back to lateral bear crawl, you can do the same thing. So you're starting in that tabletop position. Knees are up off the ground. You're gonna take a step out to the side with your hand and your foot, and then bring it together. And you're just gonna travel through that range. From there, we're gonna go back to our switch lunge and our lateral bear crawl on the other side. So lead leg would be our left side on that round. From there is where your dumbbells come into play. So I did mention yesterday when I posted the video that you need a medium to light set of dumbbells. If you don't have that, no worries, you can modify as needed. So our next exercise is going to be another kind of burpee variation with a Renegade Row in it. So what you're gonna do is start standing. Weights are gonna come down to your mat. You're gonna jump your feet out or step. You're gonna do a Renegade Row each side. Jump your feet in, stand up, bring your weights to your shoulders, press overhead. If you do not have weights to use, you can just go through those motions, just body weight only. Just do what works for you. Almost done. We're doing a big circuit today. From here, coming down to our mat with one dumbbell. Again, if you don't have one, no worries, you can modify as needed. So from here, we're going to start with our knees bent. Arms are going to be extended up overhead. We're going to extend out arms and legs at the same time, and then come back up. From there, one more burpee variation. We're going to do a burpee hop over. So I'm not going to come all the way down to the ground for this one, but you are welcome to do so. I'm going to kind of use the width of my mat as the space that I want to hop over. So I'm going to come down to the floor on either side of my mat, jump my feet out, jump my feet in, and then lateral hop over my mat, jump the feet back, jump the feet in, hop back over. So that's going to be my burpee hop over. And I have one final exercise, almost done the demo. From here, we are going to use our weight again. Again, if you don't have one, I'll give you an option. So we're going to be in a plank position, kind of over top of our dumbbell. We're going to take our hand off the floor onto our dumbbell and put it under our other wrist. We're just going to continue to shift side to side, move that dumbbell side to side. If you don't have one, you can do plank shoulder taps instead. Very similar movement pattern, just without that added weight. All right, I need a quick sip of water and then we'll get into our warm-up. So if you have any questions so far, feel free to pop them in the comments. I don't see any yet. Okay, this is gonna be a sweaty one this morning. So let's get started just with some arm swings out in front. So just kind of giving yourself a hug as you bring your arms back, kind of squeezing through those shoulder blades. Good, we'll bring those arms down to our side, shake it out. We're gonna bring one knee up in front, we'll rotate that leg out to the side, step back through center. Other side, knee up to center, rotate out. So we are gonna try to make our way through 2 rounds, maybe 3 rounds. We'll kind of see what our timing is like as we go through. I will post this workout in the comments afterwards. We're gonna start externally rotating, bringing it in here. So get through what you can. If you feel like you need to take breaks throughout the set, even if we're not actually on our rest interval, do what you can, work through what you can. Okay, from here, we're gonna come over to our mat. We're going to bend into our knees as much as we need to get our hands down to the mat. You can walk your hands all the way out into that plank position. We'll lower all the way down to the floor. Press yourself back up. Walk those hands all the way back in to a stand. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Hand down to the floor, walk those hands out. Lower down, push up, walk those hands all the way back in. Last time. Perfect. Okay, from there, I'm going to have you come down onto your mat. You're going to be in a tabletop position. From here, we're going to come to a few bird dog extensions. So opposite arm, opposite leg, we're going to extend out and then come back down. Other side, extend out and come back down. Alternating sides. Let's do 1 more each side. Good. We're going to come down onto our mat, switch over onto your back. We're just going to do a few bridges and a little bit of stabilization for the hips. You're going to press up through your hips, squeeze through your glutes at the top, pull at the top, and lower back down. 1 more time, lift up, squeeze through the glutes, hold at the top, lower back down. Come on back up. This time, trying to keep your hips level, we're going to extend 1 foot out, hold here, try to keep your hips level, and lower back down or return that foot back to start. Press up through the hips, extend the other leg out, lower back down. Bring that foot back in. We're going to do 1 more on each side. Up into that bridge, extend your leg out, lower down, return foot to start. Up into that bridge, extend your leg out, lower back down, return that foot to start. From here, just widen your stance a little bit with your feet and let those knees rock side to side here. One more time each side. Good. We are going to come back up to a standing position. Grab a sip of water. We are going to get started in just a moment. So we are going to go all the way back to the beginning, starting with that half burpee. So we're staying in that low squat. If you do not want to jump in your burpee, feel free to just walk it out. Okay, so 40 seconds work, 20 seconds on that rest interval. So I'm going to start off my timer. We're going to have 20 seconds lead time before we get started with that first exercise, and then we're going to jump right into it. So 20 seconds on the clock. We're about to start that first exercise. So we're going to hop out into that burpee. As we hop back in, we're staying nice and low. We're not coming up through that full jump. Getting started in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Jump your feet out. Jump your feet in. Stay low. You can go as quick or as slow as you want. Work through whatever level works for you. Starting out pretty quick. I might slow down for round 2. We'll see how I feel this morning. Almost there, keep going. Second rest. We've got our low squat walkout coming up next. So we're going to be starting in that low squat. We're going to walk all the way up to a plank, walk all the way back, sit back in that low squat. have 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Come down to that start position. Walk it out. Walk it all the way back in. Uphold in that low squat. Almost there, keep it going. If you need a break before our work interval is over, you take it, jump back in when you can. 20-second rest. We've got lunge hops on that right leg coming up next. So right leg is going to be our forward leg and the leg we're jumping on. If you do not want to jump, option to just step back into a lunge. Whew. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So you're stepping back into your lunge, power up off that front leg. Whew, that leg is burning. We've got a core exercise coming up next. Give our legs a little bit of a break before we move on to that left side. Whew, 20-second rest. Come on down onto your mat. Give yourself a minute if your heart rate is elevated before you come down. So right leg is going to be your leg tucked in, other leg is extended out. We have 5 seconds. Come all the way out into your reclined. 2, 1. Full sit up. Hands come down by your sides. Come up off your seat. Whew. Keep working, guys. Almost there. Nice job. We're moving over to our left side. So we're going to take a step back, go into lunge hops left leg. Before we move on to that left side, pistol squat pistol. Sit up 2 pistol. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Keep pushing. You got this. Nice job. 20-second rest. Whew. Coming down into that sit up to pistol. Left leg is our leg that's up. Whew. We have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we sit up, come up off that seat. Can't sit up, feel free to do crunches from that extended position, or if you can't push up from here, you can always try using a fist instead of a flat hand, or just staying here and try to get that intention of sitting up. Keep pushing. Nice, 20-second rest. We're going through switch lunges next. So, traveling forward, right leg is always your step forward leg. We go. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Step forward, right. Switch your legs. Step forward, right. Switch your legs. I'm just going to turn around, keep going with my right leg lead. Use what space you have. If you don't want to jump, you can be doing walking lunges instead. Second rest. We're not going to go on the other side just yet. Lateral bear crawl, traveling to the right. If you don't have a lot of space, you can just kind of continue to alternate back and forth. I'm going to try to turn around so my right side is leading. In 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Lateral step out. Turn around here. So I'm still leading with my right side here. Almost there. 20-second rest. Left side is going to lead on that switch lunge, so we're backtracking a little bit. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So our step out leg here on this round. If you don't want to jump, feel free to do walking lunges instead. Going. Almost there. Ooh, legs are tired. Lateral bear crawl again. Left side's leading this time. We have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Spinning around so I can still lead on my left here. In 3, 2, 1, rest for 20. Almost done round 1, guys. Hang in there. We have our Renegade Row Burpee Variation here. So, get those dumbbells if you have them. Dumbbells to the ground. Jump those feet out. Row. Jump the feet in. Stand up, overhead press. If you don't have weights, go through the motion without.
I got a leg day.
If you want to do a push-up at the bottom, that's an option. Whew. Keep it going. Rest for 20. Keep one dumbbell if you have it. Climb down onto your mat. Suitcase Crunch is coming up next. So you're going to be in that 90-degree bend, weight is up, everything extends out. You can do that without your weight as well. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Keep that lower back flat to the mat. If it's lifting up, feel free to, rather than extending those legs out farther, extend them up. Whew. Keep breathing through it. You got this. We're almost done. Round 1. Rest for 20. 2 more exercises to work through, and then we're done round 1. So our next one, burpee hop over. So I'm using my mat for the width. I'm gonna do a burpee on one side, hop laterally over my mat, come back down to the burpee. I'm just going to my hands. Here we go. Feel free to come all the way down on the ground if you can. Going, almost there. Rest for 20. Last exercise in the set. You need 1 dumbbell. Set it up so it's behind your wrist on one side. If you don't have weights, you're doing plank shoulder tap. In 3, 2, 1, come up. You're just moving that weight behind your opposite wrist. Stay nice and strong in that plank. Whew. Keep working. Almost there. Get a nice long break after this. Nice job, guys. You stuck with me through that whole round. We made it through 1 round. Nice job. Really hope you're playing music on your end, because it is really warm in here and I'm pretty out of breath. Thanks, Rach. It is a pretty good circuit based on how I'm feeling right now. We are working this morning. So I have 2 minutes of rest loaded on my timer right now. We may take a little bit more. We'll kind of base it off of how we're feeling, or how I'm feeling, unless you tell me you need more rest if you're watching. Nice work. So we are going to go for 1 more full round of that. We'll stick with 2 rounds for today. Thanks, Rach. We're going to go for 2 full rounds. So we're going to stick with those same intervals, the 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, just repeating everything 1 time. We will get through it together. So I'm just putting my weights off to the side. They don't really come into play until a little bit later. And we are going to start off our second round. We'll give it about another minute. And then we will work our way through round 2 of our circuit. So we're heading all the way back to our half burpee, so we're staying nice and low in that squat. We're not coming up through that full jump. We've got lots of lunge variations, lots of burpee variations. We are working our way through it. Give us another minute or so and we'll jump right in. Okay, getting that timer started. We've got 20 seconds lead time before we start that first round, so we're coming back through that half burpee. We have another 10 seconds of rest here. We are going to go for it in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So staying nice and low. Jump the feet out, jump the feet in, stay low. Almost there, keep pushing. Nice job, 20 seconds rest. So our second exercise, staying low in that squat, walking all the way out. We've got 10 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1, come on down low. Walk it out, full plank, reverse that, walking all the way back in, stay low. Almost there, keep pushing. 20-second rest. So we're moving on to lunge hop. So we're on our right side. Right leg is gonna step back. 10 more seconds of rest here. Or sorry, our right leg is the one that's forward on our right side round. So right leg forward, here we go, step back. Power up off that right leg. You got this. Stay with me. Nice job. 20-second rest. We're coming down to our mat. So right leg is pulled in. We're going to come into full extension, sit up, and then try to lift up off your seat. 5 seconds, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Push up. Giving our legs and our lungs a little bit of a break from those lunge hops before we come over to that left side. Not that these are really a break. Pushing, almost there. Second rest. Come on up. Left leg lead. Lunge hops, and then back down on the mat for the sit up to pistol squat. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Power up off that left leg. Keep pushing, almost there. If you lose your balance, reset, jump back in. 20-second rest. Come on down on your mat. Left leg is tucked in this time. Coming into that full extension. Here we go. Sit up, come up off your seat. Keep going, you got it. And rest for 20. Nice job. We have switch lunges coming up next. So we're starting on our right side as our lead side. Stepping forward on that right side, jump to switch. If you'd rather just do walking lunges, that's an option. Here we go. Right leg is our lead leg, stepping forward. Rest for 20, lateral bear curl, right side lead. Before we move over to our left side on those switch lunges. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Turn around, face the other way, so I can keep that right side leading. Second rest. Switch lunges, left side coming up. Ten more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, left side lead. Step out, jump to switch. Losing my balance. Second rest, left side lead, lateral bear crawl. We have 5 seconds, left side lead coming up, 2, 1, let's go. Switching around so my left side can still lead. don't have dumbbells, just go through the motions. Here we go. Weights come down. Jump out, row. Jump in, stand up, overhead press. Do what you can. If you only get through 3 or 4 reps in 40 seconds, I'm happy. If you get through 2, I'm happy. Do what you can. Rest for 20. Keep 1 dumbbell. Come down to your mat. If you don't want to use a dumbbell, you want to just do a full extension without, that is an option. We have 3 seconds. Come on down. Knees at 90, weight overhead. Extend legs out, extend arms overhead. If your lower back is lifting up off the floor, don't extend your legs out as low. Think about pressing up high instead. Almost there. Nice job. We have 2 exercises left, and then we're done. Burpee Hop, we're coming up next. I'm using the width of my mat. Not coming down all the way to the ground, but you are welcome to do so. Here we go. 2 exercises left. Let's go, guys. Almost done. Whew, 20 seconds. Rest. 1 dumbbell, plank pass, or plank shoulder taps. If you do not have a weight, we're almost done. In 3, 2, 1, come up in your plank, and we're just moving that dumbbell behind our opposite wrist. Almost there. Keep pushing. You are almost done. Nice job, you guys. Whew. Grab a sip of water. Walk it out a little bit. We are going to come into our cool down. Feel free to bring your water over to your mat with you. That was a good one this morning. Okay, so working on catching your breath. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Sit up nice and tall. Let that breathing come back down to a more normal rate. We're just going to come through some mobility exercises, a little bit of stretching to round off our power hour this morning. Just before the construction noises get really loud over here. out to the side. Other foot is just gonna tuck in. So we're flexing through the foot of that extended leg. Sit up nice and tall. We're gonna turn our shoulders to kind of face towards that extended leg. We'll hinge at the hip and just start to kind of fold forward over that leg. Don't worry just yet about grabbing that foot. If you can easily grab your foot and keep that leg extended, feel free to do so. But think about trying to point both hands kind of towards that extended foot, not just kind of grabbing on with one side. You want to try to turn your body towards that extended leg. Bring that leg in. We'll switch sides. So tuck that foot in, extend your opposite leg out. We'll turn our shoulders to face towards that extended foot, and then just hinge at the hip, reaching up towards that foot. Bring that leg in. We are going to have both of our legs kind of out in front of our bodies here. We're going to kind of tuck our hips in so that our knees are bent at 90 degrees. Hands can come just behind you. We're just going to do a 90-90 knee rock from that seated position. So kind of similar to what we did when we were lying down as we started to warm up. A lot of lunge variations this morning. Some burpee variations thrown in there. So our hips may be feeling a little bit tight. So feel free to work your way back through these 90-90 stretches throughout the day as needed. We're going to land on one side here. So both knees are at 90. We're sitting up kind of nice and tall. Our focus is going to start on that foot that's kind of tucked in behind us. And from here, we're just starting from that tall position. We're going to lean our back shoulder towards that back ankle. Back up tall, we'll take the focus out to our front foot, hand coming on either side of that front foot. You can reach out even farther, feel free to do that. And we're just going to kind of follow that front leg all the way around, coming out over our quads. So you can stay upright here, or you can come down onto your forearms, if that feels okay. Back up onto your hands. We'll come back through center, and we're going to come into that knee rock, side to side. A few more either way. And then eventually we will land on that other side. So coming into that 90-90 other leg. We're sitting up tall, leaning back shoulder towards that back ankle. Coming up nice and tall, taking that focus out to that front foot, hand coming on either side of that foot. You can walk yourself out even farther, that's always an option. hands out over that leg, or if you are comfortable or able to, you can come down onto your forearms. You are down on your forearms, you can come back up onto your hands, come back around through center. We're going to sit with our legs crossed, and we are just going to bring our hands just out in front of our crossed legs here. This is as far as you can go, that's totally fine. You can stay here. If you are able to, you can start to try to kind of fold yourself over those crossed legs, so walking those hands out a little bit farther out. Walk those hands back in. I'm going to have you uncross your legs and then try to cross the other leg out in front. And then we're just going to place our hands out in front of our legs again. Again, if this is as far out as you can go, feel free to stay here. You can walk it out a little bit farther. You can start to do that. Walk those hands back in. We're going to tuck both legs kind of off to one side. So legs are kind of stacked on top of each other, or one foot is kind of tucked out in front. And we are just going to lean towards those feet. So getting that nice stretch through the side body. And we'll bring that arm down to the other side and then take that other arm overhead and come down onto your forearm, even if you want to get a little bit more reach. Come back up. We switch our legs over to that other side. And we're going to lean towards those feet. Counterbalance that coming to the other side. If you'd like to come down onto your forearm for a little bit more reach on that side, that is an option. Center. A few more stretches that we're going to work our way through. So we're going to start seated. We're going to bring our hand to our opposite knee. Other hand is just going to come in behind our low back, and we're just going to use that hand on the outside of that knee just to kind of assist that stretch, adding a bit of rotation through. Looking out over that back shoulder. Back through center, over to that other side, hand on the outside of the knee, other hand just behind us. We'll look out over that shoulder. Back through center. One more thing that we're going to do, we're going to tuck our chin down towards our chest so we get that nice stretch through the back of our neck, back of our shoulders. And we're just gonna slowly kind of turn our head so that our chin is pointed towards our shoulder on that other side, on one side. Keep that chin tucked down to your chest, come back through center and then over to that other shoulder. Back down through center and then chin comes up through center. So hands next up, we're gonna bring our hand around our lower back. Whatever hand we have kind of tucked around the shoulder on that side, we're gonna turn our head away from that shoulder. So we're trying to create lots of space here. Getting a nice stretch through our neck, through our shoulder. And come back through center. Release that other side coming around. Turn our head to the side. And release that. So if there's anything else that you feel like you need to stretch, feel free to kind of work your way through whatever you need to. If you have any questions about today's circuit, feel free to leave them in the comments. I am going to come back to this video and I'll post the graphic that I posted yesterday with all of the exercises listed if you want to come back to it. Feel free to take a screenshot of that, set up your own timer and work through it at your own pace. If you're looking for more virtual classes, there are a ton that are posted on the Calf Connection website. So if you go to Calf Connection and go to virtual fitness, you can see the entire calendar with all the different classes that are being offered at all the bases. If you're interested in what's going on with Trenton, we are also hosting a online speed and agility workshop on Monday, the 29th. So feel free to look for that event on our Facebook page and register for that. That should be a good one. Our winter one was really popular, so this one is a little bit geared more towards summer sports. So feel free to check that out. Again, if you have any questions, all of our contact information is on that Facebook page, so feel free to reach out to us at any time if you're looking for a personal program or anything like that. We can offer that as well. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining me.